All right, here we are, guys. Hole 5, I'm going to go with Cataclysm. I'm going to go with the Kingmaker Ball and the Pak 5. I remember doing just a little bit of an overplay here, so I'm thinking, oh, wrong hole. Man, I got to really get these holes down. I'm thinking of hole 6. I'm basically set up for hole 6. So we're going to have to bypass. I'm going to, switch the way that I do this. I'm going to do this very similar to what you saw me do. And hopefully I'm going to land it in the fairway this time. Actually, while I'm talking about it here, the difference between what I did earlier and, where I landed with the Pak 4, had I had the Pak 5, it would have definitely been in the fairway. But I still got myself to a very good distance up there. But let's just see what we can do here. I do believe, with the tailwind that they give us, that it's going to be a little bit more favorable to get it down to the lower ground as opposed to keeping it up here. I think that's going to be very tricky to make from up there. So what I'd recommend is that you try to blast it down there. I'm going to use, for my shot, I'll just do this. And somewhere around here, I'm thinking. You can see that I kind of have it offset. It might look like it's going to land over here. However, with this extra landscape that I'm going to use, it's going to land much more left. So that's the reason that you'll see me kind of land or set up to land very awkwardly, because it won't actually do that once you actually, put all this curl on it. So let's just see what this looks like. Oh, I missed the trees. So the goal is to hit the trees. And here you can see if I miss them, I'm going to kind of put myself in a awkward predicament here. So I'm going to have to, this might take just a couple trials. Another thing I could maybe do is kind of scale it down with the ball that I use. But ideally, what I'm going to try to do basically is ricochet it off the tree. Another thing that I could do is I could just change my spin completely, and we can just try to, bypass the trees altogether, and we could just go at this with backspin and try to backspin it onto the fairway. So maybe I'll try that for the next go, is just try to miss the trees entirely. However, I do think you can ricochet them off of them, potentially get it to bounce on the fairway, and with all that top spin that you have, if your bounce lands on the fairway, it might top spin over the bunker. That's kind of the shot that I'm visualizing in my mind. I don't know if it's possible, but that's, was basically my goal, was to basically shoot for that, to kind of do that. Because that's kind of what I have visualizing, is if it kind of clips this tree, maybe it has enough momentum to get here. If it lands on this fairway with the top spin left, maybe it has the cut spin necessary to cut over top of that bunker. So that's more or less what I'm trying to do. There's 7-ish per ring. A little bit of offset. We go about 2 rings here. Getting a little bit low on time. Was able to get perfect ball. Chop. It's a bit too much. It was off by about the amount of the offset. Plus, I couldn't get very exacting with the ring adjustment. You could see that tree was in the way. So, and not to mention how low I was on time, made the shot just a little bit too challenging for me to be precise in any. So, I would have liked to go about 2 rings there, but I have no idea if I went 2 or 2.5. Like, it was almost impossible to tell. So, just had to rush there a little bit too much. Good luck with that hole. I do think, it's going to be very manageable. Just going to require, learning the shot and coming up with the, the good situation. So I'll try to go at it a little bit different next time, and we'll try to do some kind of backspin, try to stop it on that last fairway. So good luck, and I'll catch you guys on some revisions coming up.